Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody, guys. Let's take a look at the euro currency as usual in the weekend. So as you probably see, the reaction on the gross domestic product was a bit mixed, just because although the major numbers were just great, even greater than we have suggested, but the gross domestic product array of the numbers shows weaker than expected inflation. And that was the reason why market shows the mixed action on Friday. So initially it was a significant drop down, but later market has erased this move and closed neutral in the middle of the range on Friday. The reasons, the conclusions that we have made about this event and what we see in the perspective of what our long term is on the euro currency, we put in our weekly report. So if you're interested in the long-term perspective, you could read our analysis, our view on the recent events, what we think about this and what we expect. Here in the daily video, we're mostly focused on the short-term perspective and the technical analysis. To be honest, guys, on the daily chart, I did not see something to do, at least in the beginning of the week. Because on the 1st of May, will be the Fed meeting starts. And definitely they will give some reaction on recent numbers. They should say something about the recent data. Because overall data in the first quarter in the United States was mostly positive. So since there's just 2 sessions till the starting of the meeting and 3 sessions till the announcement of the policy and the comments from the Fed, I don't think that market really will take some significant action. Mostly traders will just sit on the hands and see what will happen. And then the same story tells us the pattern that have been formed on Friday. So you can see here we have the high wave. And from the daily point of view, the daily chart, we need to see the breakout of this pattern in any direction. Because as you know, when we have the high wave pattern, we need to keep an eye on the top and the low of the pattern. Because breaking of the extreme points of this candle will show you the further direction. To the downside, we already have the target, so 111 mostly have done, so we could say that our trade with the 111 target is completed. Next destination point stands in 110, but hardly I suppose we could seriously take it into consideration based on the recent data. So probably if we will see the breakout of the pattern downside, well, in this case, it is possible the market could go further down to the downside, but taking into consideration the background, it's more probable that a maximum that we could count on, this is the final touching of the 127 target, it's 110 area, 111 area. Because actually, target has not been reached for approximately 10 pips, so this is possible. It's one of the bearish scenarios that could follow. Conversely, to the upside, we need to keep an eye on possible retracement. And there are 2 levels the market could hit. First one stands 1191, so approximately 112. Next will be 112.40 area. This is confidence resistance on the daily. So that is the most probable destination of the pullback if it will start. The same story we have on the 30-minute chart. So intraday chart mostly will be interesting for scalp traders. On the daily chart for daily traders, as I said, it's nothing to do, just wait and see what will really happen. So once market will appear around 1240, we will think about whether we should take the short position or we will change our view and change strategy. But currently, at this moment, I don't see something really interesting on the daily chart. On the intraday charts, we have, as a result of the Friday action, we have a kind of the head and shoulders shaped price behavior. So take a look, that could be kind of the left shoulder, some wide head, so expectation of the gross domestic product released, wash and rinse of these lows, return a break up and starting forming of the right arm. So left arm, head, right arm. Based on this pattern, we have the A, B, C upside extensions. The first one stands at 12 or 8, but actually I would suggest that C point will be slightly lower here. Now I'll explain why I think so. It would suggest that C point will be right here. This will be 112 even and 112.42. Both targets, guys, coincides with the levels on the daily chart. OP creates agreement with the 112, as you can see here. XOP creates an agreement with the 12.41. Perfect matching. Now, speaking about the pattern that is forming. Here, guys, actually we have the garage triple to buy is forming. If you'll calculate extensions with the A, B, C top, XOP will stand to 1130, and here is 1134. It creates perfect agreement with the major 618 support, and it corresponds to the bottom of the left arm, approximately the same point. So that will be the point where you could think about taking a long position if you're a scalp trader and searching chance to go long, and if you would like to take a bet on the possible upward bounce. And finally, the conclusion of the current situation on intraday charts, it's clear that 111.30 is the key to everything. So once market will hold about 130, stands upward action, you could keep watching for upside targets. Once market will break it down and below the 130, it means that overall construction will fail, and we should keep an eye on for the drop at least to the 111. Maybe this will be wash and rinse, maybe something else. But currently, I'm not there to talk about the moving to the 110 because I don't know how the downward action will develop. But at least we could count on the failure of this pattern and drop final to the 111 target. This is not really big potential, just about 30-40 pips to the downside. So that's approximately what we will be watching on coming week. So as I said, we'll not count on the real significant action just because market needs some relief. And before the Fed meeting that will start on 1st of May, hardly somebody will take some big positions and trying to take the bet on some significant direction. Probably market will turn some retracement and it will be more quiet than it was on Friday.